What's up, Matty? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how are you?
What's up? Shout out to this kind of teaching experience.
Sorry?
What's good? Can you hear me,
Yeah,
Richard? Am I coming in clear?
yeah, I can hear.
I can't
Yep.
hear you. Wait, is it because you're in my earphones? Wait. Where have my earphones
Oh,
gone? Oh dear. This is a tragedy. Here we go. How about that?
I can.
Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
still hear me?
Here we go. Great. Okay, sweet.
In
We've got a few of you that joined back in. Sorry that we were put off there. My connection has been nothing but dreadful these last few days. Anybody that knows me knows. How are you, Richard?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Not too
How
bad at
how
all.
do you feel? I'm glad we've got you on here. How I just like to stop myself talking for just a little while because I feel like I've been doing non-stop talking for the last 5 days, and it would be so nice for somebody else to introduce something that we're doing for once. So, Richard, would you like to explain how we met and how we know each other and the things we've been talking about over the last couple of days together?
Yeah, so we basically met through a weird experience of going to a casting where the director didn't actually turn up,
Yeah.
as you do. So we, with another actor, ran the casting all by ourselves, which was pretty cool. It was good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
we ran our
I
own
will interrupt
casting.
there for a sec. We did have a hypothesis that perhaps the director was one of us, and that was the audition to see who would act most naturally like the character we were supposed to be playing without any
Yeah,
cues,
I was
which I
sort of
thought
wondering
would have
whether
been
they
so. I was waiting. I was so upset when it wasn't that, because I was waiting for somebody to say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was the director the whole time, and you
were.
got the part. Great."
No, no, it wasn't me. No. But I think, yeah, I mean, it was. I did wonder if someone was secretly videoing us or was going to use
Mm,
it now or whatever. But there we go. Yeah, so that was a bit strange, and that. So as actors do, we all sort of networked and chatted away, and then you sent me a script, which was absolutely fab. Loved it.
thanks, man.
And which is really good. And yeah, I was quite blown away by it actually. I thought it was a really really
Oh,
good piece. Just
oh,
could
bless.
visualize and all that sort of thing, which was really nice. So
Oh,
not one.
I'm glad that that's how it was received because I really did picture it sort of landing in people's minds because I could picture it so clearly. And I just want to give some context to people that don't know. It's a 1975 song called Roadkill, um, and I can't remember the video that they did for it sticking out to me. So I think that's why it stayed with me. And I was just so upset that because that album was just quite anticlimactic to me. But obviously it's a lasting project. But I was so upset that they hadn't lived up to what I thought the song was about. And so yeah, I think that's why it spurred me on subconsciously. But yeah, I'll let you continue. Yeah. But for anybody that wants to go and stream that song, please do because I think you'll be able to picture the same thing that we do when we eventually get to reading it out online.
Yeah, and I think uh, what was surprising about what you'd put and what you visualized um, was also quite. Um, it opened up sort of more questions than there were answers, which made it
Okay.
even more interesting. And as you got further and further into it, you thought, "Oh, okay, where is this going, and what's this person about, and etc." And there was nice juxtaposition in some ways as well. So I think it worked really well,
Thanks.
really well. So
Thank you very much.
yeah,
So I can't wait for the rest of you guys to read it. You were the first person I'd sent that to, and the first person to have read it. I think I
oh
gave I think I read the log line to a couple of my friends, Tyler Butcher and his girlfriend Emily, but because they were fans of the song as well, so I knew they'd like it and there'd be a
yeah,
good first audience. But I think other than that, the full script, I think you would, because I didn't even have a PDF for it before I sent it to you, so I didn't share it with anyone. So yeah, and as soon as I met you, I sort of thought, oh shit, I shouldn't bring this up straight away because I literally only met the guy like 2 minutes, but I'll wait a bit. But yeah, he does seem like the kind of guy that would be perfect for that script. Um, so yeah, thank God the universe works in mysterious ways, eh?
it does indeed. And you never know. I mean, sometimes a door closes, as it did with us for that audition.
Literally, yeah,
Literally, as such.
yeah.
Um,
Nobody
and
showed up.
another one opens. And yeah, I've always
Absolutely.
found that
And that's
philosophy.
and I think that's what those in the industry do best is when one opportunity does close down, or those that at least last in the industry, make the most of opportunities even when they seem like a door closed in your face.
Yeah.
There's still always some light to be found, because you can even put it this way, even if it was a failed thing and we hadn't had this chat and found our mutual love for this little script that I'd written, then there'd have still been, we still had a chat between each other. We still had a basic conversation for 45 minutes. That's ridiculous. I don't talk to my mother for that long. But it's and I think that's just something that obviously a lot of different people do. It's not just a trait that actors and creatives seem to have, but it's obviously a strict thing that businessmen employ, constantly making light out of bad situations and trying to always see the bad thing. But if we wanted to as well, there's even a third way you could have done it, and we could have, gone online and talked about the fact that we didn't have, we didn't get a casting director to show up for the audition. So there's plenty of others. Like, there's always so many multitudes of ways that you can make a silver lining out of a very dark cloud. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
God, that was a bit
Absolutely.
deep. I've had a bit of a drink, guys. I'm sorry.
Where it's gonna lead. Yeah, I mean, you never
No,
know where something's going to lead or anything else like that. And it's just finding. I mean, for me, it's just always working with just great creatives and people who want to create and want to get things done.
sure,
And
yeah.
that's the most important thing for me, really, is just to keep performing and working with interesting people.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you've
and
had some opportunities. I want to highlight to everybody that's watching that Chris, sorry, just blanking for a sec. You've had a quite the experience. You're not exactly a first timer to the acting game at all. You've been in plenty of stuff beforehand. I just want to give you a props for that, because you've been in the game a long while, and to have that sort of persistence and sustain that over a good period of time as you have done deserves its props.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't tend to give up, put it that way.
Good.
But yeah, I
I
mean,
got told the same thing recently, and somebody said, well, I flipped on its head and said, oh yeah, well, on my gravestone it would be Stefan Newton, the guy that never gave up. And one of my closest friends came back and said, or it could be Stefan Newton, the guy who never knew when to give up.
I also think of it, a lot of it, like when you go for auditions and things like that, it's very much a numbers game.
Yeah.
You know, you because I've been on both sides where I've auditioned people, as well as going for auditions. So, and one of the things is
Sure.
that you can, you'll see some amazing actors, but you can't use them because they don't quite fit what you're after at that particular time.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes it's literally that you've got 20 amazing actors, but you've only got 19 roles.
Right. Yeah.
And and it literally is a numbers game. And so,
Course,
when I
yeah.
go for an
And
audition, I
it's never
think,
personal, is it? It's never personal. Like, I'm
no,
sure,
no.
if anything, they probably just found their actor already. They didn't even need us to. They just forgot to cancel the audition. That's probably what the situation was.
Yeah, they probably did. Yeah. They just forgot to tell us.
Now that I think about it, it seems really clear, actually.
Yeah, but as you say,
But yeah, so yeah, go on. I'll let you continue.
no, I was going to say, you take every opportunity, and if I came out of that and just chatted to two other actors that I'd never met before, and I mean, one of the first I said was, to various people, is I had a lovely chat with two other actors, and people said, well, aren't you really upset and aren't you really angry? And I said, well, no, because it wasn't wasted. It wasn't like, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
And maybe they forgot, maybe they'd already found the person.
Yeah, no, exactly. It could have just been that. We're all so busy, like it's ridiculous when you actually see, when you spend time with creatives. I've been in relationships with people that are very creative before. When you actually see how much stuff they're doing behind the scenes, it's ridiculous to assume that they're not, like, that they're lazy or that they just forgot about you. Like, it's sometimes it is that, but they forgot about you because they are behind, working so hard to try and put something out. And they just couldn't, we'll probably get a message in a couple of weeks saying, really sorry that we forgot about you. But we'd already found our Romeo. So, hey.
Yeah, exactly. when I used to direct a lot and cast and things like that, I used to have to say to actors all the time, you have to just keep reminding me you're there, because
Yeah.
you do very easily forget people. You know, you're moving on
Oh,
from one
absolutely. Yeah.
to the next, and you suddenly go, oh my God, that was that amazing actor I worked with like
Yeah.
5 times. And, you
And the
know, I've just
trouble is,
forgot.
you
I
have to
thought
be
this
quite
was perfect.
self-absorbed. You have to be, without
Yeah,
sounding like a dick, you have to be kind of self-absorbed to be able to actually crack on with your own stuff that you want to get done, because it's only you that can do it. So you kind of have to
yeah,
be like really like self-centered and in your own shit, because otherwise it doesn't get done. You're the only person that can do it, and that doesn't
yeah.
leave room for too many people to come along for the ride. Sometimes,
Mm.
usually, but it means you also definitely forget about actors when you've queued auditions for them. But hey, hopefully,
Yeah,
look, we don't have to go through that process. We found each other. Look, we don't have to
there
do
you
that
go.
again. We don't have to see. It's
That was the easy part, you
so
see.
yeah.
Mm.
What was the yeah? Where did we get to in the story? Sort of like, can I get you to highlight some, just a couple of the scenes that painted in your mind? Yeah. What were the highlights for you? I've got mine, and I'll let you go first.
I think that certainly the stuff near the end, because I was listening to the words, and as you said, when you read this, play the music at the same time, um,
Yes.
and
Key.
I actually read it twice. So I first of all
Okay.
I did well. I sort of read it 3 times really. In a way, what I did is I read it with the music, and then I just
Yeah.
played the music, and then didn't read the script, and then I just read the
Okay.
script,
Yeah.
because I wanted to see what the music came out and what
Yeah.
the script came out by itself, so that one didn't
Yeah.
distract the other, just in case I'd missed anything.
That's a
And
great method, honestly. We should tweet that. We should stop right here and just get that out as our message from the
yeah,
thing. Let's read it 3 times before you even make a judgment on it. Because I've sent a
yeah,
script to so many people, and they'll get lost in the song that I've sent them, and not even listen to not even read the script. And
yeah,
I've sent some where they've completely tarnished the script because they've not listened to it with the song. The song's not had that emotional impact on them that is absolutely necessary for when you're reading the script. Um, the script is about, Emmerich asked what the script is about. I did mention it earlier, but I'll just summarize for you guys that have recently joined, because obviously we don't want to leave you guys out. The script is a song, a music video to a song by the 1975 called Roadkill, and it's about a day in the life of a farmer. He wakes up, it's a beautiful summer morning. The sun is sort of shining through the windows, whatever. He has a regular morning, but you're introduced to him as a friendly farmer type dude. Um, he I don't want to give away too much because I'd love for you guys to read it first time without too much information. And yeah, I'm gonna say that it has some high moments and some sort of grounding moments in it, and that's what I love for it. But please, yeah, continue where you. That's my sort of synopsis of it. I think if I had to give a blurb at the back of a book to it, it's definitely that. Hope the audio is coming in live and clear, guys. Take it away.
I think also one of the things that struck me about it was the fact that he's quite solitary on this farm, which, you know, anyone that's
Mm,
a friend who's a farmer, and one of the things, it's quite a lonely job, and
mm,
it's a long day. You know, they work from ridiculous sunrise to sunset, you know, practically, um, and there's no let up in that, and it's 7 days a week, because you know, particularly if you've got farm animals, you can't exactly go, well, I'll have a day off and won't feed them. Um,
it's true.
and you know, and go anywhere unless you've got someone else that can do the job for you. So it's not you can go on holiday, or you
Yeah.
can do any of those things. And so you've got to be a certain mindset to be able to do that. But it was interesting because I think that there's him and the connection with the environment and wildlife, and you know, even the farmhouse and everything, and combine harvester and so forth. But there's also the connection of love that we don't see, that is from the song, and that is what I think, you know, gave it a nice juxtaposition about the whole thing, but made it really interesting, because how on earth anyone has a
Well,
relationship if you're a farmer, is yeah
mm,
is when can you go out? When can you do? I suppose it's a bit like a doctor or a nurse, or when do you find time to do that? And especially like now in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, when do you get the time off? Most nurses at the moment are doing 12, 14-hour days and doing them 6 days a week, and the seventh day they sleep,
And I really like what you said, because I think the song does hint at somebody that he's in love with that we don't see on screen. Somebody's, not here. He's thinking about them still, and that's leading his day, and his thoughts about whoever the person is, they're keeping him going throughout the day and giving him a few high moments. And yes, I really like what you said there. I think the two complement each other quite well as salt and pepper. When I'll just add this.
It's definitely quite.
And then you're laughing at the same time, trying to start again at the same time.
Yeah, it's quite a lonely sort of job, and I think, but then you have a great connection with the environment and the world. So it's lonely and it's not lonely, but it's not the connection you have with a human being. It's a different kind of connection. So there was a contentness about him as well, which was really nice. I just saw it as a very sort of natural, but there was a lot else going on, and I love the fact that there wasn't much dialogue, and that you can see all the dialogue through his eyes rather than having to say it. And I remember once being told by a director who told me once that they knew an actor quite a well-known actor, who when they received the script would send it back with loads of cuts on their lines and cut them all out, and then would just put a note next to it and go, I don't need to say this, I can show this.
Yeah, I can show this. Yeah, and it's often it's the number one rule, isn't it? That's what they've all said is the key to success. Tarantino and all of them have said that show don't tell, and it's always been that way. As long as we've remembered, the first movies were silent movies. It's always been show don't tell, and it's something that I try to employ in each script that I love the fact that he says nothing. He doesn't say a single word throughout the whole movie. Yet we go on this journey with him thanks to the song and Matty Healy's lyrics. And I would love that if this music video, led us to being in contact with him, because I'd love to sit down and have a chat with him about it, and hopefully one day we can. But
you never know. Listen,
you do never know. I think Michael Ross probably needs an explanation again. I won't do too much, but we're just chatting about a script that I sent, and a potential music video that could be coming early as next start of next year, depending on how quickly we get to work on the fundraiser and finding a budget for it. But in conclusion, I would like to give you a big shout out and thank you for coming on and being our second ever guest on the what is going to be Smashtag podcast episode 3 probably as well, if you're forward with us included. I think we've had a good little chat about the acting sort of life and the ins and outs of being a creative and a potential upcoming project. So thank you for that.
That'd be great. Awesome.
Can't wait to
work. Cheers.
Bless, mate. Take care, yeah?
You too. Take care.
Cool. I'm going to leave you guys on here. What a guy, by the way, Richard Stride, everybody. Go and follow him. You'll see him very soon as part of our team and one of the actors that we're going to be using as we go forward. And so are you, Emmerich. I've got a role for you. Don't worry, mate. It's coming to you live and tuned soon. Don't worry. For those of you that are smoking, we're going to take a smoke break and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to leave you with a tune, but it's probably going to get copyrighted very quickly. So don't hold out too long. Feel free to join me back again if I have to cut off live and restart. Let's go. Get your drink on. 25 to 12. We'll be back about 1:45. See you then.
good.